shouted, "Eureka!" Somebody must have smelled pretty bad.
Poor Ginger. She's a few sandwiches shy of a picnic.
Hey, she's smart enough to snooker us into lugging these old books for her.
Those ain't just any old books, Bernie. Those are Mrs. Marble's mysteries.
Heavy reading. Can we go home now?
As soon as I pick up my kimono at the lawn.
Time to amscray.
Right behind you.
Stop! Don't! Stop! Thieves!
If they're thieves, why doesn't he want anyone to stop them?
Oh, stop them! Stop them! They steal our kimonos!
Hey, you hear that? They got Ginger's kimono.
Not for long. Book them, Bruno.
We're being assaulted by lunatic librarians.
Hey, I read this one. The Mystery of the Meandering Mesosaur. It's pretty good.
Oh, no! Not the mystery of the bottomless pit. Now I'll never know how it ends.
I've had enough literature for one day.
You and me both. Oh, heads down. On this job, one lousy kimono.
Yeah, and you know who's gonna be plenty hot about that.
Speak to us, sis.
Say something stupid.
Extraordinary. Judging from the velocity of that book, one would conclude the culprit's vehicle to be capable of delivering no less than 372.6 dino power.
Something tells me Ginger just left the country.
Will you please stop calling me Ginger? My name is Agatha Marbles, and I have crimes to investigate and mysteries to solve.
Poor Ginger's lost her mind.
How can you lose something you never had in the first place?
Ooh, how disgusting. This sandwich was made with a very unhealthy combination of meatloaf, peanut butter, and ketchup.
First she's a detective, now she's a food critic.
And judging from the weight of its dehydrated crust, it was thoughtlessly discarded almost 3 days ago. By one of you, I should think.
Well, I know it wasn't mine. I wouldn't eat that.
Calm down, boys. All I need to solve this mystery is one small piece of evidence, such as this fragment of dried meatloaf, peanut butter, and ketchup.
How'd that get there?
Do not prevaricate, young man. It was you that made the sandwich, it was you that nibbled it, and it was you that left it behind the sofa.
All right, I confess.
Hey, Ed, can you explain how Ginger here...
Mrs. Marbles, if you please.
How Mrs. Marbles, if you please, picked up the fancy brain power.
The impact to your female sibling's cranium produced a dissociative fugue, which must be tolerated until a corrective therapy becomes evident.
The conch on her head made her think she's Mrs. Marbles, and we gotta play along with her till Ed thinks of a cure.
And she's already solved the case of the abandoned meatloaf.
But not the case of the missing kimono. Follow me. The game's afoot.
Well, you heard Ed. We gotta humor her. So,
The game's afoot.
I thought I told you mugs to steal every kimono in town. So how come you got the nerve to cop just one?
Yeah, just one cop. Just one, baby. Well, see, Big Boss, there was those nosy song and dance wimps.
Wimps! Where's the kimonos?
Yeah. Where's the kimonos? But what's with the kimonos anyway, Big Boss? They ain't worth nothing. I'll tell you what BB wants him for.
When I want you told, I'll tell you. Now get back to that laundry and pick it clean, or I'll pick you clean.
The great mystery, of course, is why those thieves would wish to steal kimonos in the first place.
Maybe they just can't find their size?
Or maybe they're just trying to corner the used kimono market.
well, whatever they're up to, they gotta be miles away by now.
Oh, no! It's those tap and patter guys!
Oh, no! It's those kimono crooks!
And oh no, we're fresh out of books.
Stop, you cockamamie kimono nappers!
Time to give these guys the slip.
I deduce that you have lost control of this vehicle, Buck.
Whoa, ring the bell and give the lady Cupid doll.
Remind me to get your license revoked, Buck.
Oh, let me go.
What'd he say?
He said...
Gentlemen, please. Proper communication is impossible until Mr. Ho's bonds are removed.
Thanks, lady. I needed that.
Say, what happened with the laundryman lingo? Who are you?
I'm Chin Ho, RBI, Special Agent, Reptile Bureau of Investigation.
Hey, I never forget a face. And in this case, I'll remember both of them.
So what's your game, Ho?
Bissell's got me hot on the trail of those kimono-stealing thugs. Only problem is, they got clean away again.
Yes, but this time perhaps they left a clue. This footprint contains traces of a particular rosin.
A raw what?
Rosin, a substance used to polish large cutting implements, such as an axe.
An axe? As in the axe?
Big Boss is trying to steal every kimono in Rep City?
But those rags ain't worth a plug nickel. What's he really after?
That's the Confucian question.
And it's Confucian the juice out of me.
Never fear, faithful assistants. We will solve this mystery in no time at all.
Hey, hold it, crumb cakes. What's this we business?
Yeah, all this faithful assistance stuff.
Yeah, we don't duke it out with a crime boss of Rep City. We're just a bunch of cabaret hams.
Then perhaps this case calls for that special crime-fighting team that are known as T-Rex.
Well, maybe they're in the yellow pages. Call them, kid, but leave us out of it.
You know, Bugsy, she's right. This caper does call for T-Rex.
We don't watch our step. Ginger's gonna cop to our T-Rex act, but fast.
Not a chance, Bugsy. We're way ahead of her. Always have been, always will. T-Rex is the name, and crime busting something you want to keep quiet.
Not what you tell your sister about.
Top secret.
Strictly hush-hush stuff.
Best kept under your hat. What are you doing here?
Don't look so surprised. After all, I am the world's greatest detective.
So what do we do now?
We drive to Big Boss's headquarters and solve the case, of course. Oh.
Stay here, Ginger.
The name is Mrs. Marbles, if you please.
Park it, Mrs. Marbles, if you please, while we check out Boss Graves' place.
No sign of Big Boss. No sign of trouble.
And no way out.
What is this? Weird.
You T-Rex thugs are trapped for good.
Get the point?
This is the pits.
Correction! That's the pit!
Another 10 seconds, and you guys will know how a pincushion feels.
Maybe. Maybe not. Grab my tail. Pass it on. Grab my tail. Pass it on.
Grab my tail. Pass it on.
Grab my tail. Pass it on.
Grab my... Oh, crumb, I always fall for that one.
Neat trick, T-Rex, but you can't hang up there forever.
And you got nowhere to go but down.
Don't worry, boys. I got the power to fix that switch and close that floor.
Oh, great work, Bugsy. You got us in an even bigger mess than before.
Interesting problems. Demand imaginative solutions. A few elementary equations. At a 90-degree trajectory, the summit of the hypotenuse will match the base of the pit.
Never mind the hypotenuse.
Get us a net, a mattress, a trampoline.
No time for that, I'm afraid.
Darn right, we're sliding fast.
Just a few seconds more.
And we'll be shish kebabs.
And we still got 6 payments to go on the Rexmobile.
So at least we're not the only ones who get stuck.
If my calculations are correct, your trajectory will carry you to the exact center of the pit.
Whoa! Phew! Talk about your dramatic resolutions.
Now look, if we want to track down those stolen kimonos, we should be hitting the streets.
Not looking through trash cans.
Clues are where you find them, gentlemen.
A clue. Ed, sailing high 88. Now what's that mean?
Maybe that's how far Big Boss can throw Little Boss.
Or maybe it's his shoe size.
No, it's a golf score. Big Boss has been swinging at the tees.
Or he's about to sail the seas.
Say again?
Well, sailing could refer to a ship and high to high tide.
And 88 to Pier 88.
Which means we're off to the harbor.
Watch what you're doing, Cuddles. Drop those kimonos and I'll drop you.
Yeah, baby, you tell him. Drop the kimonos and you'll drop him.
Last one, boss. What do you want it?
In the hold with the others.
That's what BB said. You heard BB.
Don't call me baby. Now, let's move. Up anchor. Slow ahead, both. Head for the open sea.
Oh dear, they seem to be leaving.
How do we stop them?
I have a plan.
T-Rex 1, ready. T-Rex 2, ready.
T-Rex 3, ready, willing, and able.
Well, good luck, Ginger. I mean, Mrs. Marbles, if you please.
Oh, finally. Ooh, what a disgusting old ship.
Who the Willy Wonka are you?
I'm a Rep City Sanitation Inspector, and I have very bad news for you, Captain, whoever you are. This vessel is filthy. And until you clean it up, you can't set sail.
Buzz off, lady. This ship is sailing. Now!
By the power vested in me by the Rep City Sanitation Department, I absolutely forbid... Ooh.
Hey, that ain't no sanitation officer. That's Ginger.
Ooh, the name is Mrs. Marbles. And it would seem, as they say, ooh, the jig is up.
Get that dame!
You, T-Rex, I'm in need of assistance.
Whoa! Request received. Assistance
On its way.
Are we getting the hang of these daring rescues or what?
When I find that nosy, noisy dame, she'll wish she'd never been born. Get a leap on, Bernie. Mrs. Marbles needs us.
Hang on.
Hang on to what?
Your hat, if you had one.
I want down!
It's those T-Rex bozos.
Get him! Get him! Get him!
The ball's across the plate.
And the batter takes a swing.
And it's a home run.
Exit. Stage left.
Where you going, shooter? The party's just getting started.
Can't we talk about this?
No! Hoist away!
One horse coming right up.
Surrender, big boss. Your reign of terror has ended.
That's what you think.
Yeah, that's what you think. That's what you think.
Can the Echo have fight? You're giving me a headache.
Smart move, big boss. You're good and trapped. I think.
Bye-bye, T-Rex!
Follow that auto gyro.
I'll hook that flying fish and pull her down the side.
This just ain't my day.
You got that right, BB. It just ain't your...
What a nice kimono. But why does it look so familiar?
Keep it, Mrs. Marbles. You've earned it.
Yeah, thanks to you, Rep City is once again safe for the kimono clad.
Sure now, Mr. High and Mighty Big Boss. Yes, tell us why you were so bent on stealing those pretty kimonos.
Yeah, boss. Come on, tell us. Little boss here was reading an old book he found at the library.
Yeah. This book says there's a treasure map woven into the designs on one of those kimonos.
All you got to do is find the map.
Yeah. The treasure's worth millions, and the map's on a kimono. No, in a kimono.
You're referring, of course, to the lost treasure of Sarah Padre.
What? You know about this treasure?
I should. I invented it. I wrote the story. I called it The Case of the Cryptic Kimono.
It's just a novel, little boss. Fiction. Something Mrs. Marbles here dreamed up to entertain no-brain squirts like you.
You mean it's not real?
Yeah. But the pain you're going to feel, that's going to be real.
Stop in the name of the law!
Are you okay, Mrs. Marbles?
Marbles? What marbles?
Can you identify yourself?
Yep, that's me, all right.
Welcome back, Ginger.
Thanks. Where'd I go?
Well, Jin, it's a long story, and we've run out of time.
Yeah, just be glad you got your kimono back, even though you lost your